Hi, this is Emma Origi with the Humanities Truck. It is February 22nd and we are at the Lunar New Year celebration in Chinatown. Could you please state your name?
Hi, my name is Teach.
Awesome. And then how would you describe your relationship to Chinatown?
Well, my name is Teach. I'm with the Potluck Podcast, where everything and anything can be, oh wait, wrong. That was a zing. Okay, so back to it. Yeah, my name is Teach. So my relationship with Chinatown is, I started with, got founded by the 1882 Foundation about 3 years ago, volunteering for the mayor's office. And it was kind of organic. I was volunteering right in the Chinatown Park, which is actually right in front of me for people that they're behind the scenes, literally, or in front of the scenes, and volunteered for the mayor's office, ran into an associate at the 1882 Foundation, found out we had similar interests, we knew similar people, and he said, hey, why don't you come by the foundation and see what we're like? And then, organically, to see what we're like.
Oh wait, 1 second. I think it turned the
Microphone off?
Yes.
Okay. Right here, down the power button.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to start from the park. Okay. Yeah, there are props for it. I got an inside pocket here. I'm going to
Okay.
And then I'll take it from the park.
Okay, sounds good.
Just helping your whoever's editing this. So my introduction to 1882 Chinatown is through the 1882 Foundation, and I met them organically. I was volunteering for the mayor's office at an event at the Chinatown Park, and I met some people that we shared common interests and common friendships, and they invited me to come to 1882. From that, I learned about kind of like what's going on in Chinatown, what the different initiatives to kind of promote Chinatown and the culture around here, and it all accumulated this year, which I think a lot of us got into the mayor's office, Save Chinatown TC 1882, CCPA, Wallach House. For a lot of people that don't know, are just like different organizations from Chinatown that have a very similar goal. Maybe different mission, how to get there, but the similar goal and everything. We're able to collaborate and find a common ground.
Awesome, thank you. Are there any like specific stories that you can kind of like remember from your time being and working in Chinatown, or any like kind of memories you associate?
Well, you know, one of the biggest stories is like that's like people like listen like, what the heck is this thing, like, right? You know, so and it's a good segue into it. I remember one of my earliest memories in Chinatown here was in the 80s, and it was just seeing lions, right? And there's a lot of firecrackers right there, and you know, I'm pretty happy that. You know, I think everybody, when they're young, they want to be a police officer or a you know, astronaut or a firefighter, and I'm not any of those, right? But I am a lion dancer. That's something I wanted to be when I was a kid, so I'm kind of happy about that.
Awesome. Yeah, can you talk about, like some of the lion dancing work that you're doing in the parade today and kind of like what brings you out?
So the parade is a challenge, and I'm telling my students that, and for the challenge for me as a leader, right, I like doing the parades. And the challenge is to make sure that like my kids, my students, they understand the significance of it, right? It's not necessarily for, I would think we're not necessarily just for like my lion dance troupe, we're doing this with the community. Whether it's Chinatown, whether it's any parades that we're doing, it's just trying to promote the culture and also just make the parade a lot more fun, right? So like we're just kind of doing two different things, they're two different byproducts that I hope are able to succeed in bringing out to today's parade.
Yeah, for sure. And did you kind of grow up celebrating Lunar New Year and doing these traditions?
You know, no. Kind of, and no, right? So I am half Chinese, half Taiwanese, half white. My mom did celebrate a little bit. We'd have dinner and everything, but I grew up overseas, so yeah. So it was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, when did you kind of like start celebrating and like participating in the parade and stuff in Chinatown?
That, for the longest time, I've been doing line dance for 26 years, which is like in the industry, 2 zodiac symbol rotations and 2 plus 2 years, 12 plus 12 plus 2, 26. So I got involved, I think last year. It was my second time doing the Chinatown parade. My old kung fu school, we never did the parade. I wish we did, but we were always busy that day. So the last time was our first parade with the 1882 in Chinatown with my own team, and I was super excited. It was so good.
Oh, that's awesome. Could you talk a little bit about how you got into lion dancing and like how you kind of picked that up?
Sure. So traditional lion dancing, it was taught by Kung Fu. It's all related to Kung Fu. Nowadays, a lot of YouTube people and that's cool. You know, they're opening it up. but back then, traditionally trained is for my seafood master. So if you're watching Kung Fu Panda, they master seafood. I say master twice. So, but I was trained by him, and Kung Fu practitioners. We do lion dancing, Southern Kung Fu practitioners, and that's how I learned lion dancing.
Oh, that's awesome. And like over the course of like the years that you've participated in like the Lunar New Year celebrations in various ways, have you seen it kind of change, or like are the ways stayed the same, been different?
Yes, I mean there's been a lot of different things. The lion you see right here is the traditional one. It's called a Foshan lion or Futan lion, and the easiest way I can say for tell traditional versus modern is traditional is usually bigger, but if you can't tell that, you have depth perception things. Look at the pom-poms. Usually modern lions only have one pom-pom here and one pom-pom here. There's not all these pom-poms here. And an individual pom-pom is pretty light, but you put a whole bunch of them, it's heavy, right? So our lions probably about twice as heavy as you see the modern lions. So.
And so another thing we wanted to ask people when they're out here, it's the year of the fire horse. Can you talk a little bit about like what that means to you, if that's like holds any special significance?
Yeah, I mean to me, wow, Chinese mysticism, and you think like the Western zodiac, the Capricorn and everything, like that's intricate. Well, that's nothing on like Chinese like horoscope and everything. So I mean it means a lot of different things. And what I mean by that is like the year of the animal, the horse, depends on the year of the animal you were born with, right? So like it can mean different things. But for me, I think what I'm looking for the horse is like in Kung Fu, we have a stance, and it's also in karate and Taekwondo, like in most martial arts, called horse stance, which is like basically iso squat. And for Kung Fu practitioners, at least for me, it's like horse stance is like the most stable stance right there. And I would think everybody can agree in the world that last year was very chaotic, right? I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on, right? Everybody can agree with that. And I'm just hoping this year is a lot more stable.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You were talking a little bit about like the Western zodiac signs. Do you, are you interested in like your own Chinese like zodiac sign, or like does that hold any special?
Well, kind of, yeah, because I'm a snake, and it was a year snake, and usually your year is not the most lucky year. So I'm kind of glad it's over. I was told by somehow a Taoist priestess, long story on that, but that the year would be, the first half would be unlucky and the second half would be lucky. And I think it's kind of, lo and behold, it kind of worked out that way, right? But I just kind of want more stability, you know? So like they're all like, you know, like, yeah, so I'm kind of not, I don't want to know my future, right? I'm just like, ignorance is bliss. You know, I don't want to know, like Chinese horoscopes that can be a little brutal. Like, you're not going to have a good year. Like, I don't want to know that, you know, like, so.
No, for sure. Maybe not any like predictions, but do you have any kind of hopes for this year? Any like Lunar New Year resolutions?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I would hope that as far as my life dance trip, we're able to be more successful, not necessarily monetary wise, but just like learn, grow, students, and culture, and learning, and teamwork, building, and community development. Everything right there can be exemplified. You know? So that's what I'm really hoping for the Lunar New Year and everything. And as far as the broader thing of Chinatown, I think we just like do our part to help bring awareness to Chinatown and preserving the culture, right? You know, and I'm not saying, I'm not going to be egotistic saying we're it, but I'm just saying we're part of it. So.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Do you have any kind of hopes for Chinatown going into this year?
Wow. Yeah, I think what we did, like earlier when I said about the Chinatown Coalition, we started building connections between different groups, and we're able to make that bond stronger, right? You know, that's the exciting thing right there. Was working with the team and everything. Shout out to all you guys. Like when you go to a meeting and it's fun, you're actually looking forward to it. Like that's a good thing. You're doing work, and it doesn't feel like work because you're having fun with people. And the byproduct is just a lot of good work is happening. I'm just looking at build that foundation, create it more. So next year we can do something bigger and bigger and bigger.
For sure. One of the questions we were interested in asking too was that, you know, especially in DC, the 250th anniversary of like the founding of the country is coming up, and so we were curious whether that in this like year of the horse, there were things that you wanted people, you know, around the country to know about your community, what you do in Chinatown, coming into this.
Well, okay, so I think the biggest thing too is like I would like to say that, you know, we are Chinese American, right? Like, and the biggest thing is I remember somebody saying like, hey, like you're doing so much for the Asian community, right? They're so proud of you. Like that's great, that's awesome. But I want hopefully one day that will change. So, like, we're doing so much for the community in general, right? Like, I don't want to just like make Asian people happy like this. I want to make everybody happy like this. That's kind of what we want to do. So with the 250th, it's just like, I think especially nowadays, these days, we got to remind people like, what is the beautiful thing of our country? Like, we are all American, right? And we have different cultures, and that's awesome. Like, for me, it's about building relationships. You got to focus on what you have in common first, and then you can like appreciate the differences. But if you start looking at the differences first, you're like, we're different. I don't like you, right? That's not going to work out so much. So I want to hopefully build that common bond. So the 250th, a lot of things this country's changed, right? It's the founding, but I'm hoping we can grow.
Yeah, for sure. That was like our last kind of like formal question, but I was curious, like, was there anything else that you kind of wanted to say or talk about, or something you wish I had asked you?
I think it's good right there, you know. I was going to do a zinc, but no, I'm good. I think I already did a zinc already, so yes. But thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate it.